Hey brother, Stuart Matola, men's relationship coach here. Hope you're having a great day. I'm enjoying a walk here by the river here in North Carolina, where I live now. And I want to talk to you in this video about the difference of something I hear a lot from men. Often it's my wife says she loves me, but she's no longer in love with me. So I want to offer you some tools in this video and reframes to help you out with that dynamic, whichever side of it that you are on. So let's look at the distinction, in love. What does that really mean? We all know what I love you means. Like, yeah, I love you. I love you as my partner. I care for you. I may even still have some desire for you, or I may not, but I love you. I want to make sure you're taken care of. I want to make sure you're well. You're the father of my children. And the in love part, is that chemicals? Often we think that's that chemistry, that chemicals, that passion. But even more than that, what it often is attachment. The sense of, I want to possess you, or I want to be with just you. Like, I'm in love with you. I want to be with you. And so think about that for a second. For a stable, mature relationship, and most of the guys watching my videos are married and have been in long-term marriages for a while, that stuff typically fades, and it has to mature into something better, finer, more stable, more concrete. But often there's instability in a marriage that's accrued over years and years of invisibility to one another. Lost trust, lost communication. I mean, the amount of couples of guys I coach, the amount of guys who yeah, at 7 we turn on the TV, etc. And then at 9 we go to sleep, and I'm thinking, why the hell aren't you guys connecting? Really holding space for each other, listening, being visible, being present, loving on each other, just checking out to Netflix. And we do that because it's easy, and nobody wants to take the risk of, being vulnerable and connecting with one another. So, of course, you fell out of love with one another. You lost each other. You became invisible to one another. And then there's a lot of risk reconnecting after so many years, because there's wounds that have built up, resentments. Oh, that time when you did this and you did that and you told me this and you said that. This expectation that we're going to be perfect to one another. No, in a long-term intimate relationship, we're going to be shitty at each other because we trust each other to not run away if we are going to be shitty at each other. And yeah, our worst behaviors are going to come out. And not to say that repair doesn't need to be done and that stuff needs to be patched up. And I work with a lot of guys who tell me, oh my God, she keeps bringing up that thing and it's been going on forever, and trying to be a better guy for her. And I don't know what to do. It's shot. So in that space of not being safe with one another, well, we often defer to, okay, well, I'm not in love with them anymore. So, what's the point? Why even bother? Yeah, I'm not going to give him what he wants. I don't feel safe around him. I'm not in love with him anymore. So I see that a lot. So what's a guy supposed to do? Well, it's one thing to have the distinction of her not being in love with you anymore. But what I want to say to you is, don't take that so personally. I'm not in love with you anymore. Because often that can be crushing for a guy. Hopefully this video gives you a clear sense of why that happens. And it happens to thousands, if not millions of couples. Okay? And often it's the women saying, I'm not in love with him anymore. And that's because they're more present to their emotional needs, and they're more clear about what they want in their heart. And a lot of times guys aren't. Often guys are like, yeah, it's fine. It works. I'd like more sex. But beyond that, if the heart connection's gone, she's well aware of that. So when she says, I'm not in love with you, I love you still, but I'm not in love with you, she's saying, I don't feel connected to you. Okay. So the reason I'm pointing this out is when you get that distinction and know that, yeah, she's just basically saying, I don't feel like we possess each other anymore. I don't feel like we're connected. I don't feel like there's an exciting dynamic between us anymore. Just ask yourself, is that true? Chances are it is. Okay. Of course it is, or else you wouldn't be watching this video. And when you get to that place with her, now you cannot take it so personally. Now you cannot fall apart like a little boy, and stay strong in yourself so that you can now get clear on what you want to create instead of being devastated by her not being in love with you. It basically just means I've lost connection with you. And once you get that distinction mentally, it'll help you be okay. Your heart may still hurt, but that doesn't need to run you. And you can balance the mind and the heart, because your mind that says, yeah, I want to be safe. How can I be safe when she says she's not in love with me? Don't take it personally. Know she's just speaking truth. And from there, you can consider what you want to do about it. I often ask, do you have energy in the tank to do something about it, to create better interactions with your partner, to come back home to one another? I'll leave you with that, brother. Time for me to take a cold plunge in the river. Thanks so much for watching, and have a kick-ass day.